more girls to play. So right now, with the mixed teams, you don't need to have 7 girls, 8 girls to compose a team. You can have 3 girls, and they are playing with the boys, and they are playing futsal. That means that in 3, 4, 5 years, those girls are the future. Those girls are playing in national team, and we are improving a lot regarding to this. So we have to start by somewhere, and I think that this was a good measure to do that, to bring more girls to the sport. Right. We need that.
I also look. I did some homework before we came here. My wife is Portuguese, as you know.
Yeah, I know.
So I've been playing futsal growing up since I was little. My wife was an soccer player.
Yeah.
Just like in Portugal, everybody plays soccer, right? And even futsal. So my homework was easy. And one of the things that I found out is that Portuguese methodology in futsal is being adopted now across other countries. And I believe your national team futsal coach is being invited in other countries to develop that methodology, right? So give me a quick run around. What's so great about Portuguese methodology when it comes to futsal? Because I went up in the mountains on a trip, and guess what? They were playing futsal under the sun. You don't see that too many countries. Not soccer. I actually saw 2 fields covered, and then we're playing futsal Monday afternoon in the middle of July.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
It's normal. In this kind of islands, we have a lot of some neighborhoods where the kids just join themselves to play soccer, but the fields are little, so you don't have 11 by 11 persons camp. You just have small field. So that's why we have 5 against 5. 5 against 5, you start in the streets, and then you get back to the pavilion, and then you are practicing futsal. And that is what Portugal is doing. We have a lot of incentives from Portuguese Federation to people and to kids to play futsal. Mm-hmm. So futsal grown a lot, but I think that Portugal has to say a big thank you to our national coach, Jorge Braz. It changed a lot regarding to Portuguese culture in futsal. So right now we have under 13, under 15 national teams competing. So it's starting from a young age to develop the methodology in the sports. So it's not a plan that is for now, it's a plan that is for now and for the future, for the next 10 years. So yeah, Portuguese Federation has a basis, a database of every player that plays and goes to national teams, or they go for the local associations teams that they do. For example, once a year they do a tournament with every association, local associations, to see the best players and then to call them to the national team. It's a way of preparing the future, and they are doing since young ages. Under 13 years old boys are doing that right now. They started this year, last year with female teams. So what we are trying to do, and Jorge Braz is a big change in the system, was doing a plan. And I think that some federations worldwide, what they do is just looking for the present. They don't look for the future. They don't think, okay, I cannot construct right now, but I can construct the next 10 years. So let me work on that. I think that's the big change, is that you have a plan.
Very good point. Very good point. Yep, very good point. So one more thing that was unique to us, you may not know of this, but I will mention it to you. So during one of our games against Sporting from Lisbon, quality game, I guess one of the coaches is also a scout for Sporting.
Yeah.
And a couple of games later, I actually got a text asking for a name and age for a particular player from the U.S. And of course, I gave him the information. And then I saw him, later on actually, he was playing a second game after one of our games. And he came to talk to me, and he said that they really enjoyed watching that player. And there might be a possible invitation to train with Sporting. So the reason why I mention that is not to brag about our academy or about our players, but something that goes unnoticed in the American market. We came 1,000 miles to play in an international competition, and you have that element, because this tournament does have official academies representing in this tournament. So you never know, if you have a quality player, you might get looked at. So I don't know if you were aware of this. That, along with João Mantos, who's also a sporting professional player, and I believe he's also on the national team, correct?
Yeah,
Yep. So fantastic representation, because this gentleman showed up in games, watched games, took the time to sign autographs, and at least with our team, take pictures of the kids. Fantastic gentleman. A great representation of your tournament as well, Portuguese, federation. But were you aware of this? And are opportunities like that available? Because you do have.
We are aware of that. That Sporting has some scouting over here, and that was amazing. They done from your team as other teams. So in the tournament, that was great, and that's the opportunity that our tournament brings. When you have Sporting participate, when you have another teams participating, that means that somebody from teams that are scouting are looking for. They are looking for the next best players, the next role models, for example. So they are looking for those players, and this tournament is a life experience. You have futsal, you have social programs, you have a lot, but at the end, you have been watched. Even that you don't know, you didn't came here knowing that Sporting is going to scout. You didn't came here thinking that, a player of mine is going to go there, for example, train a week. No, nobody looks at that. You came just to play, and opportunities sometimes happen in this kind of tournaments, and these kind of tournaments are just a big TV, let's go like that, to everything,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more than glad to know that. More than glad. I don't know which players were talking about.
We're not going to mention them.
Yeah,
but the opportunity was there, and the opportunity is real.
Yeah, but the opportunity is real. I know that there are some players from other teams as well. I don't know exactly how many, but I know that they talked about 2 or 3 players over here, over there. That for us is really pleasant,
Oh, absolutely.
Because even that is not our players, it's our tournament that allow that and give the opportunities to others. So what can I ask more?
Listen, I think, this tournament for us personally has been the total package, because aside, we just spent a little while talking about the competitive part of your tournament, okay? But one thing that we haven't talked about yet, and that's going to be the last thing I want to leave you with, is the social aspect of this tournament. It gives an opportunity to families, and what I say to all the families that come to our international competitions is, hey, look, don't go with the competitive part first. Go with the social part first. As a family, because we have our, one player is playing, but the whole family comes. So the mom, the dad, the siblings, and then the player who's playing, right? So it's a family vacation. So that's something that you cannot put any monetary value. You come to this experience, even if you come next year, it will not be the same. Different teams, different coaches, different everything, right? So even if you keep coming, today, this year, is original. So as far as I'm concerned, the international aspect was fantastic. Great places to go. Mountains in Madeira, beaches in Madeira, activities. I don't even know. I'm sure that I did a bunch of them, but I'm sure I didn't even do,
half of them.
Not even half.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that as a closing, to live it in that kind of light.
Yeah, Madeira was recognized for the 8th time, not mistake, as the best island in the world to visit. So that's just for beginning, it's huge. So when you have a tournament like this, you have to bring an experience to the tournament. You have to bring something.